So at this point in the year, Samsung's new foldable phones have been released and Google has released the new Pixel 11 series. So the next big phone lineup to look forward to, at least in terms of the US Android market, is the Galaxy S27 lineup. And that's not slated to debut until sometime in early 2027. But right now, we actually have some early leaked renders of the Galaxy S27 Ultra from an ex-user named Ice Universe. So we're going to take a look at that today because there are some things that I personally like, I'm happy to see as a power user. But of course, there's one big thing that I think a lot of Android users, especially Samsung fans, are not particularly going to be happy with. So let's go ahead and just dive in. So taking a look over here at Ice Universe's profile on X, we can scroll down and see our first look at the renders for the Galaxy S27 Ultra, and let's just call it what it is. This thing has an iPhone 17 Pro style camera bump right at the top. Now, please do keep in mind that these CAD renders are leaks, so things might change as the months go on. The phone might not actually end up looking like this when it comes out, so definitely make sure to subscribe so you can keep up on things that might change, some information that might come out that we can talk about. But for now, this is what we've got. This is the look, our first look, at the Galaxy S27 Ultra. Hey, so before we get too far into this video, I just wanted to hop in here and show this. We actually got some official renders from OnLeaks that pretty much confirm what we're talking about in this video with the renders we saw from Ice Universe. We see that, yes, the iPhone 17 Pro camera bump is here. It looks like we're actually losing the Galaxy zoom lens, and it looks like the little oval that I'm going to talk about here later actually does house the autofocus system, the flash, and it looks like it also has that little zoom lens that the Galaxy S26 Ultra had. But yeah, these pretty much just confirm what we talk about here in the video from the Ice Universe leaks. I'll leave these renders as a link down in the description as well. You can go check them out yourself. But for now, let's get back to the main video. And according to Ice Universe, the dimensions are basically the same as the Galaxy S26 Ultra, which is good because I know a lot of people who really like that size of a phone. So if you're used to the Galaxy S26 Ultra in the hand, it seems like this will feel pretty similar. But let's just kind of talk about that camera bump for a minute. It is very similar to the iPhone 17 Pro. In fact, I have an iPhone 17 Pro Max here, and yeah, the resemblance is uncanny. Now, you do have, it looks like, one less camera, although if we do take a look at this little side profile shot here, we can see there's a little oval next to the two cameras, and that could potentially be for things like a flash, time of flight sensor, IR. I'm just speculating here because like on the iPhone, you can see over on this side, we have our IR emitter, we've got a microphone, and we have our flash. That's pushed all the way to the side here, but there's no indents in the renders for that, so maybe that's where they put it all. We don't know yet. But also, Apple's stated reason for doing this whole camera bump at the top was so that they could fit more battery down here and sort of compact the motherboard up top along with like a vapor chamber. We don't really know why Samsung's doing this. Hopefully, it's for the same reason. We can get more battery in the phone, considering that the Samsung lineup has used the same battery for, 4 years now, something like that. My personal hope is that not only is it so that they can fit more battery in this phone, but also so that they can finally fit some magnets in there for Qi 2 wireless charging. Like, these things were Qi 2 capable, but in the past years, Samsung has not put magnets in any of their phones. In fact, they still haven't put magnets in their foldables. They've only done it in the accessories, which makes a ton of Samsung users super upset because it feels like Samsung is deliberately omitting a feature of Qi 2 to just sell more cases. I mean, like, you can look at any number of these shots here where, number one, there's just no magnets to accept these accessories, but also the camera bump that they had on the previous models interfered with certain accessories. Like, you can even see with some of these accessories that the magnet ring is very close to the camera bump. So if you have like a battery bank, for example, that's square, it's not going to sit on the back of the phone because it's going to interfere with the camera bump. So if Samsung is rearranging the back of this phone to fit some Qi 2 magnet rings, that I think is definitely a win. Although if we take a look at some of the comments over here on X, yeah, people aren't happy with this design. Rightfully so. I mean, if you're buying something like a Samsung, you're probably buying it because you don't want an iPhone. But yet here we are. If we take a look at Reddit, the sentiment is pretty much the same. You can see that even the poster of this said, "Oh God, Galaxy S27 Ultra looks atrocious." You got people saying, "Please no, why are we trying to copy Apple here?" Somebody even said, where was it? Yeah, Samsung has shamelessly been following Apple for at least 5 years now. Yeah, And like, I totally get it. If you're in the US market and you want like a top tier flagship phone that isn't an iPhone, Samsung is pretty much your best bet. You're getting a Samsung Galaxy S whatever Ultra, top tier model, and chances are you're going with that Ultra model on the Android side of things with Samsung because you don't want an iPhone. But now you go with an S27 Ultra and it looks like an iPhone. On a personal note, I know a ton of people who love using their Galaxy S26 Ultra who mercilessly made fun of the iPhone 17 Pro design, rightfully so, because it's just a really odd design, who are now probably going to be very upset that this is what their phone is going to look like going forward. Now, one last thing I do want to point out with this camera bar design is that when I first saw it on the iPhones, I thought, this is cool, because now I can lay my phone down on a table and type on it without it rocking back and forth. That was something I hated with every phone that sort of offsets the cameras and puts them in this massive bump. I'm looking at you, Galaxy S26 Ultra. That 4.5mm camera bump might as well be a kickstand when you set that phone down on a table. But I digress. The point is, when you make a camera bar that goes across the top, ideally you would do something like the Pixel, where you have this just flat camera bar with the cameras inside, and that works perfectly to just set on a table and type, and it doesn't rock. But when you raise the cameras above that bar that's already there, the same problem still exists. But now I want to end on a positive note, because like I said, one of the positives here is that with the rearranged camera system, this will likely be for Qi 2 magnets, or at least hopefully will be for Qi 2 magnets, and that'll be nice to finally have those features accepted instead of having to buy an accessory for it. But there is one thing on the terms of accessories that I'm super happy to see. If we take a look here at this same render, we go over a few, we can see right there at the bottom, we have a hole, whoops, in our phone. We have a hole for the S Pen inside the phone. That is so awesome. As a former Galaxy Note user, I love this feature. I love the Galaxy S Pen. Samsung's done some pretty cool stuff in terms of features with the S Pen over the years, and having it inside the phone has always just been that little extra edge that power users love when it comes to these phones. I loved the fact that my Note always had a pen with it, and when I did mess around with something like a Galaxy Fold that accepted an S Pen, having an extra case and accessory to fit the pen on it and take it with you is just a hassle, made it feel weird. Having it built into the phone is just super nice. For me personally, the potential design of the S27 Ultra is a bit of a mixed bag. I'm sure for some hardcore Samsung fans, this design is going to be a really tough pill to swallow, but the reason why I say it's a mixed bag for me is because having the S Pen, that's a definite win. Having potentially this camera rearrangement be done because they're putting Qi 2 magnets in there and accepting a wider number of Qi 2 accessories, that's also a win. I guess we'll see. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below. Are you more of a shelf camera bump user? Are you more of an iPhone camera bump user? Do you not care about the big vertical camera bump on the side of the Galaxy S26 Ultra? What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm actually curious. But the design, I mean, like I said, this is going to be a hard pill for a lot of Samsung fans to swallow, because especially if you made fun of something like the iPhone 17 Pro's design, I made fun of the iPhone 17 Pro's design, and now Samsung's copying it, or at least getting close to it. So there's a reason I keep this thing in a case when I take it out with me. I personally like the shelf design. You know, you have the camera bump, but the cameras are flush to the bump. You don't have, you know, a bump and a bump. But let me know what you all think in the comments. Do you like this design? Do you hate this design? Are you happy that Samsung might be finally giving us Qi 2 magnet accessories and not selling it as a case accessory? Are you glad the S Pen is here? All of those things, let me know in the comments down below, and definitely make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more coverage, because again, things might change and we'll keep you up to date on that. But until then, I've been Garrett with Android Authority. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.